Hello everyone and welcome to day 4 of our Season 9 Hearthstone Battlegrounds reveals. If you've been keeping up, then you know that we have already done Neutral, Spell, Mech, Dragon, Naga, Quillbore, and Beast. We only have 6 minion types left, and today we are covering the Duos, Minions, and Pirates. If you've missed any of the previous ones and you would like to catch up, there is a playlist on this channel. I'm also going to link the other 3 videos in the description. All right, let's get into Duos and Pirates. Since Duos is going to go much faster, we're going to start there. Our typical format is leaving, changing, and new and returning. However, nothing on the Duos side of things specifically is changing. We only have one thing leaving and a bunch of new stuff. Based on our one thing that's leaving, we're going to go ahead and start with spells. The only thing leaving Duos is our tier 4 3 gold Portal in a Bottle. This is a spell that allows you to pass a non-golden minion. This is one of the best parts of Duos and one of the most powerful parts of Duos. So interesting that this is leaving, but now we're just going to jump right into the new stuff. We have 3 new spells joining Duos. They might seem a little bit familiar. Our first new Duo spell is on tier 3 for 3 gold. It's called Portal in a Fountain. Bottle to Fountain. This spell reads pass a minion in the tavern. So it's like Portal in a Bottle, but only for the tavern, which leads me into our next new spell. This is on tier 5 for 2 gold. Portal in a Crystal. Lots of portals. This one is the other part of Portal in a Bottle. It's pass a friendly non-golden minion. So basically, Portal in a Bottle got split into 2, right? It's Portal in a Fountain for the tavern and Portal in a Crystal for your board. This feels a lot better because passing from the shop shouldn't be super hard to do, but passing from your board should be much harder to do. So I like that one is on 3 and one is on 5. And I think this helps adjust the power level of Duos much better than just the one spell. We do have one more new spell. This is on tier 5 as well. For 5 gold, it's called Bargain Bundle. Discover a minion, your teammate gets the other options. So for 5 gold, you get a minion and you get to pass 2 minions over to your teammate. That is a bargain. If for some reason in that Discover, you don't have anything you need, but your teammate does, you can just take something so that your teammate can get the other 2 that they might need. Or worst case, it's 1 gold for you and 2 gold for your teammate, which costs 5 gold. So hopefully it's not that. So as of right now, we do have our Duos specific minions, and we are getting 1 Duo specific minion for each minion type. So we have 10 new minions to talk about. We're going to go in order of tier. So we're starting on tier 2 with our elemental minion. This is the Gathering Stormer. This is a 5/1, and when you sell this, your teammate gains 1 gold, upgrades each turn. It's kind of like a corpse refiner for your teammate, but not at all like that. Duos has this dynamic of like a greedy player and a tempo player, or like a very powerful board with a scam board. And I think this plays even more into that. So if you're a support hero and elementals are in, I imagine definitely wanting this minion. Next on tier 3 is the Wheeled Crewmate. This is our pirate. It's 6/3 Death Rattle. Reduce the cost of upgrading your team's tavern by 1. The fact that it's a Death Rattle is kind of nice. So if like beasts are in, you can proc it with Macaw, you know, Rivendare, and as we know, upgrading in Duos is very expensive, so it would be nice to reduce the cost. A whole lot of these minions lie on tier 4, but we're going to start with our undead minion. As we know, I'm really good at pronouncing things, so here we go. This is the Sandlayan Scribe. I actually think I did pretty well on that one. This is a 4/4, has +4/+4 for each of your team's Sandlayan Scribes that died this game, wherever this is. So basically, it's like Eternal Knights, but you share the same kind of death pool that Eternal Knights don't. This is the Eternal Knight of Duos. Honestly, this sounds really fun. I like this a lot. If you're playing a hero or you have one of the minions that copies from your partner's board, this is so sick. I feel like this might be one of the cases where it's not a detriment to play the same thing. Next is our Naga on tier 4. This is our Private Chef. This is a 5/4 spellcraft. Choose a minion, get a different random minion of its type, then pass it. It's very similar to the spell that lets you target a minion and get a random one of the same type, but this time you also get to pass it, and it's a spellcraft, so you don't have to pay for a spell. This might be nice for the teammate that is on the higher tier, so they can potentially pass to the lower tiered teammate things on that higher tier that might be prevalent to the comp that the teammate is building. Next up is our beast. This is the Shifty Snake on tier 4. This is a 6/1 death rattle. Your teammate gets a random death rattle minion. I mean, I think any time that you can just get minions for a cost less than 3 gold is kind of sick. This is a great tempo piece to just like get minions and you might get something good and it might be helpful to one of your boards, or you can sell it. I don't know how often I would play this because we saw what the new beast situation looks like and it doesn't really fit in very well, but it's still really cool and I don't hate that it's on tier 4. Next we have our dragon on tier 4. This is Selfless Sightseer. This is a 5/2 battle cry. Increase your team's maximum gold by 1. It's strike oil, but a battle cry, and for both of you. Yes. yes, love it. Also, I love dragon battle cry support. This is sick. This is our last tier 4 minion joining the duos. This is the Murloc minion called the Ocean Floor Rummager. It's a 2/6. At the end of your turn, give your team's minions +1 attack for each different bonus keyword in your warbands. Love an end of turn effect. We love some extra attack, and I feel like we'll get a little bit more context when it comes time for Murloc reveals, because this does not look like anything we've seen in Murloc so far. Oh, and Murloc is our next one, which is on Monday. All right, we'll put a pin in that one. Now we're moving on to tier 5. This is our Quillbore, the Loyal Mobster. It's a 4/3. At the end of your turn, play a blood gem on all your teammates' minions. Let me tell you why this is so sick. If you're playing Quillbore, it says play a blood gem on all your teammates' minions, meaning you are playing the blood gem, meaning your blood gem attack and health values are playing onto your teammates' minions. So say they have not scaled their blood gems whatsoever, and say yours are like +10, +10, +20, +20. You give that amount of stats to their team. This is so great. It's like you know how right now you can like scale your tavern using like Fell Bloods, things like that. And then at a certain point, you just start passing minions over because your minions are so much larger. It's like that. Except you don't need to pass anything. You just play those blood gems on their minions. It's amazing. All right, we have 2 minions left. Both of them are on tier 6. Our first one is the Demon Duos minion. This is the Two-Faced Doom Guard. This is a 3/3. At the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to your hero and give your team's minions +3/+3. So if you are benefiting from damage to your hero, from like Archimond, from Tichondrius, Doom Guard is your friend. And giving those minions some buffs, kind of great. It's a win-win. I'm curious if the +3/+3 is going to be really that worth it. But regardless, if you are playing like Archimond, that 3 damage is super worth it. All right, and our last duo's minion, this is our mech, and this is on tier 6. The Transport Reactor is a 1/1. However, it is not a 1/1. Very similar to Dr. Boom's monster. This is a magnetic, has +1/+1 for each time your team has passed this game, wherever this is. Of course, this is going to fit into very specific builds in duos, because if you're not passing very much, it's not going to do very much. If you have some good cooperation going on, just some good passing back and forth, some helpful teammate behavior, I feel like this could get pretty large, pretty helpful. All right, so that was all of our new minions and spells coming to duos. And this is, of course, in addition to everything already going on in duos, so nothing else is rotating out aside from Portal in a Bottle. And now we are ready to move on to Pirates. All right, what's leaving Pirates? On tier 2, our Corpse Refiner is leaving. This was our Undead Pirate with the Avenge 4. This minion sells for 1 more gold. I was so happy that came back. I'm sad to see it go again. Also on 2, the Gift Pilferer is leaving. This is the 2/3 pirate. Upgrading the tavern costs 1 less. Speaking of duos, this was actually also really nice for duos, but at least we have that new duos pirate. On 3, the Crow's Nest Sentry, the 4/2 battle cry, give your other pirates +4 health, is leaving. I didn't play this one that much. I did when it was given to me because of like, oh, here's a random battle cry, but I can't remember. I mean, I feel like I played it every now and then. It's okay. Also on tier 3, the Landlubber is leaving. This is our elemental pirate. The tavern offers an extra tavern spell after each refresh. Landlubber has seen so many lovely times in this game and is a great companion to the Living Azurite. So that's sad. On tier 4, this is actually no surprise to me, but it's a little bit surprising because I was kind of thinking maybe it was like just ahead of its time. The Ice Fisher is leaving. This was the 3/3 pirate. After you buy a minion, gain stats equal to its tier. With spells being so prevalent, Ice Fisher never stood a chance to be good. And I was like, maybe it's getting introduced now. It'll stay into the next season and it'll be so good next season. But it came in a very not glorious fashion and is leaving very unceremoniously. That was so mean. I'm sorry, Ice Fisher. Also leaving on tier 5 is our Record Smuggler. This is our 6/6 pirate. At the start of your turn, gain 2 gold. If you control at least 3 pirates, gain 2 more. Given the meta right now, I feel like Record Smuggler has not seen a lot of play. Like if you triple into it, it's nice because it's like, at least I get some extra gold. I don't think that it's super relevant right now. This is surprising. On tier 5, Salty Looter is leaving. Has +1/+1 for each pirate you've summoned this game, wherever this is. This has been a great companion piece to the current Exodia pirates. So if you're playing, the Sky Pirate Flag Bearer with the Cruise Controller, the Salty Looter gains very quickly. Wow. And last but not least, leaving our pirates is Fleet Admiral Tethys is leaving. Whenever you spend 9 gold, get a random pirate. There was a time where this was so relevant, and there was the Greymane Tethys comp where you were going infinite, and now it's saying goodbye. That feels like an end of a pirate era with Tethys being gone. Before we move on, there is a spell that's leaving. This is on tier 4 for 7 gold. You already know it's the Plunder Seeker. Steal a random card from the tavern for each pirate you control. It's gone now. Interesting. We do have some changes for minions that are staying around. Moving down to tier 3 is our Lovesick Balladist. This is our 3/2 pirate. Battlecry, give a pirate +1 health improved by each gold you've spent this turn. Same effect, but down to tavern tier. Interestingly, also moving down to tavern tier is Peggy Sturdybone, moving down to tier 3. Peggy is also now a 2/1. After a card is added to your hand, give another friendly pirate +1/+1. So we're seeing a little bit earlier support when it comes to some APM pirates potentially. And we have one more change. It's looking like Peggy may have swapped places with now tier 4 Gunpowder Courier. This is a 3/6 pirate. Whenever you spend 5 gold, give your pirates +2 attack. So now the courier gives even more attack. Interesting to see them switch places like that. All right, let's move on to our new and returning pirates. Based on what we've seen leave and change, this should be really interesting. Oh, our first minion is returning. I loved this minion because I play this thing called Indecision Comp where you just don't decide what you want to play until you either die or find the best minion ever. And this was a great part of Indecision Comp. This is the Free Dealing Gambler on tier 2. This is our 3/3 pirate that sells for 3 gold. So you buy it, and then you can be like, no, I don't want this. I want a different minion. You sell it and you buy a different minion. I love it. Happy to see that back. And now we have our new minion on tier 3, Grace Farsail. The 3/4 pirate, choose one, gain 4 gold next turn, or gain 8 gold in 2 turns. That's pretty sick. So you can adjust your curve based on which gold you select. That gives me some Galewing feels because Galewing has the flight path with the gold. That sounds like a really interesting minion. I like that. Our next new minion on tier 3 is the Gritty Headhunter. This is a 5/4 pirate. Battlecry, get a Marauder's Contract. Little note that this is a Battlecry, and then let's talk about our new spell, Marauder's Contract. This is on tier 4 and it's 2 gold. Steal a random pirate from the tavern. Really interesting that the Gritty Headhunter is on tier 3 and the spell that it gives you is on tier 4. I think I do like Marauder's Contract better than I liked Plunder Seeker though. Next for new minions on tier 4, this is the Doubloon Grifter. This is a 6/6 pirate. Whenever you get 4 pirates, increase your maximum gold by 1. That's pretty sick. That's pretty awesome. So you just need to acquire 4 pirates, purchase spells, steal them from the shop, and you increase your maximum gold by 1. Oh, are pirates going infinite again? That sounds fun. Our next pirate, this is on tier 5, the Dual Wield Corsair. This is a 4/7. Whenever you spend 5 gold, give 2 friendly pirates +4/+4. We saw the change to the Gunpowder Courier. Peggy moved down. So board buffs are happening here. 5 gold to give 2 pirates. That's +8/+8 on your board for every 5 gold. This is really encouraging some APM pirate play, and I am here for it. We now have 3 tier 6 minions to talk about. The first one is called Coast Guard. This is a 10/10, and it actually is not technically a pirate. This is technically a neutral minion, but assigned still to pirates. With the battle cry, refresh the tavern with pirates, then steal one. This feels very like Staff of Hamul, but with a 10/10 minion. And then you get to buy all those pirates. And if you already have the Doubloon Grifter and the Corsair and the Peggy, oh yeah, I think APM might be back in some capacity. Our next tier 6 is the Spacefarer. This is our 3/6 pirate. Whenever another friendly pirate gains attack, gain +3 health. My biggest thing with pirates was always the fact that there's never enough ways to gain health, and this is pretty cool. Okay. So it gains +3 health. This is like the pyramid buddy of pirates. I feel like this is gonna kind of scale very quickly, especially if you have a lot of those already established kind of pirate board buffs that we talked about already. I'm really intrigued by this. And our last tier 6, please don't make me say this name again. I already said it in the Quillbore video. This is the Swashbuckling Piggy. This is a 5/13. After you add 3 cards to your hand, give your other minions +1/+1. So I kind of talked about in the Quillbore video how I was like, well, this doesn't really align with what I'm seeing for Quillbore, but it kind of does, but not exactly. And I feel like this very, very, very much aligns with pirates. 3 cards is really not that hard. I think that this is going to scale to the moon. Like when you get to the end game for APM pirates, I am hopeful that you can maybe scale to the moon. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about the ability to go more. Like you have to be closer to infinite to play an APM pirate build, but I think that there is opportunity. Definitely want to try this out. All right, that's everything for duos and pirates today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll be back on Monday with Demon and Murloc, followed by Elemental and Undead on Tuesday, then the preview event on the 2nd of December, into the new season on the 3rd. So I will see you all on Monday. Thank you again for watching. Bye, everyone.